Hi everybody, and welcome back to another session of Create Your Own Happy. We're having a look at some of the pages in the Create Your Own Happy book. Last week we made a happiness collage, and this week we're going to look at bravery. You don't need the book, just a piece of paper and a pencil and a can-do attitude is all you need. So I'm going to start with talking to you about why bravery matters, and I've got this brilliant quote to share with you. It's by a writer called Anise Nin, and she was a brave woman and wrote about stuff that people didn't write about really in her age. And she says life shrinks and expands in proportion to one's courage. What she means by that is the braver you are, the more life can be exciting. So if you're brave enough to get out and dance, you're going to have a better time. If you're brave enough to climb that mountain, you'll see a brilliant view from the top. The braver you are, the more exciting life is and the more opportunities you will have. Another great quote about bravery is this one, and it's from a guy called Wayne Gretzky, and he's an ice hockey player, and he said, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Basically, if you're not in the game and you don't take a shot, you absolutely cannot win. Now, you cannot fail, so you don't need to worry about that fear, but you can never ever win unless you have a go. So courage is really, really important, right? So we're going to have a go at becoming braver. Often we call people brave and fearless, but courage isn't about fearlessness. Nelson Mandela said, the brave person is not the one who does not feel afraid, but it is the person who conquers their fear. So to be brave doesn't mean you've got to have no worries and no fears. It just means you're going to get over those worries and those fears. And life is full of exciting and wonderful adventures and opportunities. But if you're too scared to get involved, you miss out. So being brave leads to magical adventures and loads of fun. Have I convinced you yet? We need to be braver, right? So we're going to have a go at this. Bravery is like anything else. The more you practice it, the easier it becomes. So we are going to practice it. Are you ready? You've got your pencil and your paper. You're going to write down some bravery goals. You can write down one little bravery goal, one medium-sized bravery goal, and one big bravery goal. Now, in the book, there are some medals, and you can write your goal in there. If you turn your fear into a goal, you can overcome it and you can achieve it. You could draw your own medals. You could just write down a bit of paper what your goals are, however you want to do it. Personally, I like a medal. These are your courage goals, right? And we're going to go for it. And there's some ways you can get to those goals. And you might think, oh, I can't, I'm too scared. Well, I've got loads of tips to help you. Are you ready? These are your fear busters. And I will write them below so you don't have to remember them. Okay. So how could you bust your fear? You could read about brave people like Rosa Parks and Nelson Mandela. That's always really inspiring to hear how other people overcame adversity. You could make a step-by-step action plan, like I'm going to do this first, then that, then this. You could talk it over with a friend. Now, that always really helps me. If I talk to someone else about what I want to achieve, I find that really inspiring. You could look in a mirror and say to yourself, I am brave, I am strong, and I can do this. Or whatever you want to say. But something strong and powerful, a really good affirmation that makes you feel courageous, okay? So there's some ideas. Visualising it going well as well really can help. That can be a real benefit. So close your eyes and imagine it going well. See it and live it and feel it. It's definitely encouraging. Keep practicing using these fear busters until you reach your goal. You will feel amazing. You might want to start with a small one, then do the medium-sized one, and then do the big one. Because each time you have a go and each time you achieve, you're strengthening a pathway in your brain, and it gets stronger and stronger like a muscle until you are going to find bravery easier, right? Brain studies tell us that courage is not something people are born with. It's not. But actually something we can build and make stronger through lots and lots of practice. Just like learning complicated maths, we just have to keep going and going and going till it becomes easy. You can definitely do this. So give yourself some bravery challenges. work through those fear busters and have a go. And tell you a couple of my bravery challenges and achievements from this year. So a small thing I did that was brave. Let me have a think. Well, making these videos is a bit brave. This is my book, and although I'm really proud of it, putting it out there in the world takes a bit of courage. So that's definitely something that was brave. A medium-sized thing I've done. Well, I recently organised a trip to London. I don't normally organise stuff. I let other people do it because I'm scared that I'll make mistakes because I can be a little bit dizzy. And I took responsibility and it all worked out absolutely great, and we had an amazing trip. So that might not be a big courage thing to announce, but for me, being responsible was. And the third thing, oh my goodness, this is the big thing. Let me show you this. This is the equivalent of a medal for me. I raised £1,418 for the British Lung Foundation this year. I walked 27 miles in a day. It was quite a challenge to set myself. And I did it on the hottest day of the year. I had to start at 4 o'clock in the morning. And loads of people sponsored me, and I was slightly worried about letting them down. And it was a big challenge. I had to train hard for it to be able to walk it in a day, and I did it. So that was awesome. And all of those things have really encouraged me to try and be brave in the future. So create your own happy by being brave and overcoming your fears, and let the world expand for you. And yeah, I will see you next week. Next week, we are going to do something creative, and we're going to have a go at making a mindfulness jar, a calm down jar. And yeah, you will need various things for that. And again, I will put them in the description below. But I hope you join me 10:30 every Saturday for another happiness boosting activity. Have an awesome week, and I hope you work through your bravery goals. Bye.